Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you. Dandavat pranams.
Yes, Mataji, Hare
Krishna, everybody, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Archana, for that melodious kirtan. Today's speaker is Sarvapalaka Ramdas Prabhu. So, Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Welcome, Prabhu.
Dandavat pranam. Yes, Mataji.
Pranams. Hare Krishna. Over to you, Prabhu.
Okay, thank you.
Prabhu, we cannot see you.
Yes. I'm just switching on.
I have made you co-host, so if you can share the screen.
Sure.
Jai. Oh, you just come from office. Huh?
Hare Krishna.
Lovely mood. I want to say, my son, he is so fond of you. He likes to hear you. So he's here, he's listening to you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vancha kalpataro vyasta kripa sindhu vacha. Patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Would like to welcome all of you for our study of Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto number 4, chapter number 24, and today we'll be discussing the verses from 38. Right? Am I right, devotees? What was yesterday's?
Yes,
What was
Prabhuji.
yesterday's last verse?
37.
4.24.37 was the last.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Correct.
Four verses we saw.
I was just testing all of you. All right. So let's begin with Mangalacharan. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadadi Swapatantigam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yudapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaidam Savadudam Parijana Sahidam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Ladita Shri Vishakham Vitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandho Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanda Radha Kanda Namostude Tapta Kanjana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sude Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarobhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namah Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mugam karoti vachalam pangum langayade girim yat kripatamaham vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanyameshwaram. Hare Krishna. Once again, I would like to welcome all of you for today's discussion, study of Srimad Bhagwatam. So let me share the screen for all of you. Okay. I hope all of you can see the screen. Okay, so can anyone tell us what was the discussion going on?
Hare Krishna
Yes.
Prabhuji, may I start with, because I will not say fully, I will not complete everything I feel. I will say whichever I remember, Prabhuji. Last previous class, we started with Rudra Geet.
Yes.
That is, Lord Shiva is giving his prayers. Before that, we saw how prachetas are coming there, and how Lord Shiva is getting impressed by their devotional service to Supreme Lord. He is very much happy with their devotional service. Hence, he is coming directly in front of them to give them darshan. Then he is starting with this Rudra Geet. Then we were also seeing the glorification of Lord Shiva. How is he glorified? What are the features? I mean, what are the characteristics of Lord Shiva as a Vaishnava, as a pure Vaishnava, and all that we saw. Then in yesterday's class, we saw Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Vasudeva, Sankarshna are four types of Lord's incarnation, which is controlling the thinking, feeling, willing, and acting. So we have to pray to God that all these things should be happening properly in our mind. Our mind should be controlled, and all that we saw yesterday. Hare Krishna,
Very,
Prabhuji.
very nice. Thank you, Mataji, for very concise and comprehensive overview of the chapter. That's very good, very nice, and I'm very happy to hear this. So let's begin verse number 38. So continuing the Rudra Geet. So Lord Shiva is glorifying the Supreme Personality of the Godhead, and all the Prachetas, they are attentively listening. Lord Shiva had told them one condition: I am going to sing, or I am going to glorify the Supreme Lord. I am going to chant some specific mantras. You have to attentively listen to this. Right? He has mentioned that. And Lord Prachetas, they are great devotees, and following the order of Lord Shiva, they are attentively listening to the glorification or Rudra Geet. Rudra Geet is nothing but the glorification of the Supreme Personality of the Godhead by the greatest devotee, Vaishnavanam Yada Shambhu. Jai. All right. So, who would like to recite the verse? Okay. Yes, hand
Yes,
raises.
Prabhu. Yeah.
Yeah, Mataji,
I'll
please
recite
go ahead.
38. नाम ऊर्ज इषे त्रयः पतये यज्ञरेतशे तृप्तिधाय च जीवानां नमः सर्वरसात्मने. Translation. Purport Best Venerable Srila Prabhupada ki jai. My Lord, you are the provider of the Pitralokas as well as all the demigods. You are the predominating deity of the moon and the master of all the three Vedas. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you because you are the original source of satisfaction for all living entities. Purport. When the living entity is born within this material world, especially as a human being, he has several obligations unto the demigods, unto the saintly persons, and unto living entities in general. As enjoined in the Shastras, Devarshi Bhutapta Nrinam Pitrinam. Thus, one has an obligation to one's forefathers, the previous hierarchy. Lord Shiva prays to Lord Aniruddha to give him strength so he can become free from all obligation to the Pitas, demigods, general living entities, and saintly persons, and completely engage himself in the devotional service of the Lord. As stated, Devarshibhutapta Nrinam Pitranam Nakin Karonayam Rinicharajan Sarvatmanayah Sharanam Sharanyam Gato Mukundam Parihritya Kartam. Bhagwatam 11.5.41. One becomes free from all obligations to the demigods, saintly persons, pitas, ancient forefathers, etc., if one is completely engaged in the devotional service of the Lord. Lord Shiva therefore prays to Lord Aniruddha to give him strength so that he can be free from such obligations and entirely engage in the Lord's service. Soma, or the predominating deity of the moon, is responsible for the living entity's ability to relish the taste of food through the tongue. Lord Shiva prays to Lord Aniruddha to give him strength so that he will not taste anything but the prasada of the Lord. Srila Bhakti Vinodha Thakura has sung a verse indicating that the tongue is the most formidable enemy among all the senses. If one can control the tongue, he can easily control the other senses. The tongue can be controlled only by eating prasada offered to the deity. Lord Shiva's prayer to Lord Aniruddha is meant for this purpose. Tripti Daya. He prays to Lord Aniruddha to help him be satisfied by eating only prasada offered to the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So very beautifully Lord Shiva is glorifying the Supreme Lord. Nama Urja Ishetraya Pataye Yajna Retase Tripti Daya Cha Jivanam Namah Sarva Rasatmane. O Supreme Lord, you are the provider of the Pitru Lokas as well as the demigods. You are the predominating deity of the moon and the master of all the three Vedas. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you because you are the original source of satisfaction for all living entities. So basically we can see here Lord Shiva is praying to specifically the expansion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Aniruddha. And he is praying that you are the provider of the Pitru Lokas. Everything, see, all the Lokas, all the Devas, all the demigods, they are completely depending on the Supreme Personality of the Godhead, right? We know that. And you are the predominating deity of the moon. Yeah, so Srila Prabhupada is explaining that, just Mataji has read that, the Supreme Lord, here it says in the purport that predominating deity of the moon is responsible for the living entity to relish the taste, the taste of food. So he is praying to the Supreme Lord, and he is glorifying Supreme Lord in that, in that way. So different features we can see here. One glorification is saying that he is saying that you are the provider of the Pitru Lokas, or you are the controller of all the demigods. All the demigods are depending upon you, and you are the predominating deity of the moon. You are the master of the Vedas. So these glorifications we can see in the previous verses also. Different ways Lord Shiva is glorifying. And then we can see that in the prayers that Lord Shiva is offering obeisances also. Saying that, you are the master, so I am just a servant of you, so I pay my respectful obeisances unto you. So like that. So in the purport, beautifully Srila Prabhupada is saying about the several obligations for all the living entities in the material world. So this is, all of us would have heard about this, as when we are taking birth in this material world, when we are coming into this material world, we are having so many obligations. Obligations to the demigods, obligation to the other living entities, obligation to the material nature. So like that, there are so many obligations, and this is basically being said in the Shastras also. And obligations to the forefathers. So that is why, because of that obligation, we are doing that Shraddha ceremony, or that different types of sacrifices what we do generally because of these obligations. But the point is that Lord Shiva is praying to Lord Aniruddha, and what he's praying, he's saying that I want to be free from all these obligations. Obligations to the Pitas, demigods, general living entities. So all these obligations are there. See, but first of all, we need to understand Lord Shiva, what obligation he does have. He doesn't have any obligation. He he is actually an expansion of the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. He is not a Jiva Tattva. Lord Shiva is a very special expansion of the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. Nobody can replace the place of replace Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is not a post like Lord Brahma. All of you know that Lord Brahma is basically, it's a post. Anybody who is eligible to take up that position can become Lord Brahma. So maybe some of us would have become Brahma also in the previous lives. So, but Lord Shiva, I'm just so you see, if it was Lord Brahma, then definitely, if we were Lord Brahma, definitely we would have gone back to Godhead, and we would not be here in this material world again, unless Krishna really wanted us to be here. So basically, no, you would have heard this wonderful pastime where when Lord Krishna, he was in Dwaraka, so he was sitting with Mother Rukmini, and he was seeing one cheetah, he was seeing one ant crawling there, and Krishna is smiling, very, he is smiling and looking at that ant. So Rukmini Devi is asking Lord Krishna, "Oh my Lord, why you are smiling? Why you are smiling looking at the ant? I don't understand." So Lord Krishna is saying that, what to say, my dear Rukmini? What I can say? I cannot control my, laugh. He's saying that, this ant, he had become 11 times Lord Indra. Now see his condition, he is going as an ant. So that's the material nature, dear devotees. We should understand. This material nature is so dangerous, in the sense it's not easy to escape from this world. Also, you would have heard about that curse which Lord Indradev had got, and he became a hog, right? And when he was a hog, he was very, very happy, eating stool, eating all the waste, and had so many wives, so many children. He was very happy here. And after that power of the curse, Brahmaji comes and calls him back. My dear Indra, come back. Your curse is over. Take the position of the kings of the demigods. Indra was reluctant to go back. He said, "No, I'm not coming. I don't want the post of Indra. I'm happy here." See the illusion. That is the illusion of this material world. This material world is very, very dangerous. That why it is like that? Because material world or material energy is coming from Krishna only. It is Krishna's external potency, right? So we know that Krishna has internal potency and external potency. The material world is completely Krishna's external potency. Because it is coming from Krishna, it is so powerful. That is why Krishna says, this Devihi Esha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya Mam Evaye Prapatyante Maya Metam Tarantite. This material world, this material energy is coming from me, and it is very, very, very difficult to cross. Krishna himself is saying, because he knows his power. And he's saying that it's like it's like a big massive ocean. We cannot even think about it. It's not easy to cross over. So unless and until we are not surrendering to Krishna completely, we cannot cross over. And Krishna gives that promise also. Whoever is surrendering to me, he can cross over easily. That Krishna will help. So here Lord Shiva is praying for all of us actually. Actually, Lord Shiva is not concerned about all these obligations, because he is actually, we can say that he's an expansion of Lord Krishna only. He's not an ordinary living entity. All these, all these modes of material nature is not affecting Lord Shiva. But he is praying for all of us. He is praying for all of us, in the sense he is showing us as an acharya. As a spiritual master, Lord Shiva is teaching all of us how we should pray. So he's praying. How he's praying? He's saying that I just want to be free from all these obligations of pitas, demigods, etc. Why? Because this again we can see this a beautiful verse from Srimad Bhagwatam 11.5.41. Also, these obligations to demigods. One can be free from all these obligations if that devotee is completely engaging in the devotional service of the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. So that's the point. If a person is completely engaged in devotional service, he doesn't have any kind of obligations. Just take the example of sannyasis. All of you would have seen the life what they have. They don't have actually obligations. Even to their father or mother, or they don't have to do any kind of rituals, because they have completely renounced, and they are completely engaged in the devotional service of the Lord, because their life is completely dedicated to Krishna's service. 24/7 they are in the service of the Supreme Lord. So naturally, for those devotees who are completely engaged in devotional service of the Lord, these obligations will not be actually applicable. So here Lord Shiva is praying that may that day comes that I can engage completely in the devotional service, so that I don't have any obligations. Why the obligations? Because these obligations are kind of, we have to, for example, we have to remember, we have to do that, we have to do this as per the scriptures, as per the Vedas. So many things are there, But if we are satisfying the Supreme Lord, we know that if we are pouring water in the root of the tree, the water will be going to all the leaves and branches, right? So we don't have to put separately water to any of this, right? So similarly, if we are completely engaged in devotional service, all these obligations will not be applicable. But for us now at this current stage, we are not engaging ourselves completely in devotional service. So because of that, we may have to follow some of the obligations. Not obligations to the demigods we don't have to do, because we are serving Krishna. Demigods are they are parts and parcel of Krishna only. But maybe we might be doing the pitra, karma and all, the shraddha, etc. That's fine. That's as long as we are not completely engaged in the devotional service completely, that's okay to do. But at the same time, shraddha basically is not just a ritual. We should understand that particular day what we have to do actually. So we have to remember our forefathers, or our father or mother who has already departed from us. So the actual shraddha or actual remembrance is like what we have to do is that on that particular tithi we should remember our father, or who mother, or who has gone. Then what we need to invite some pure devotees to our home, pure Vaishnavas, and serve them, give them dakshina, and hear from them Harikatha, and do kirtan, so this is what we need to do. And this is the best karma, and this is the best shraddha. This is the best way to do shraddha actually. Rather doing so many kind of ritualistic things, the person who is whoever is going to help us in doing the different karmas as per the shraddha, because these shraddha ceremonies might have it will be from different Vedas, and the mantras we are chanting would be like maybe coming in the karma kanda section, we don't know. Okay, so the ideal thing for all the Vaishnavas is that invite a pure devotee, and serve him nicely, hear from him, and do Harinama Sankirtan. Then then make nice bhoga, offer to the deities, offer to the Varishta Vaishnavas, and also distribute that prasadam to all the near ones and dear ones, or our relatives and friends. This is what we need to do. If we do that, then actually that forefather, or whoever has departed, they will be getting the spiritual credit actually. So because we are concerned about spiritual credit, we don't want that person to again to be in this material world. We are helping that soul. In case if that soul has not gone back to Godhead, we are helping them actually. We are helping them to to go back to Godhead faster, right? That is our purpose. Not that to get a normal material body again and take birth in some other family and be happy again, enjoy the senses. No, we want that soul to go back to Godhead, right? So we are helping them. That we can help them only by doing devotional service, only by performing devotional service on their behalf. So whatever services we do, like what we said, Harinam Sankirtan, or inviting a pure Vaishnava, giving them some dakshina. These are not just some ritualistic what to say services, right? It is devotional service. It is connected to Krishna, and our intention is to give that spiritual credit to that departed soul. And with that mood, if we do, then he or she is getting, or the soul is getting benefited. Otherwise, we don't know. So that's how we should do. And all the other obligations as per the Vedas, we don't have to do actually. Sometimes we might be forced to do because of family tradition, family pressure. So in that case, we need to follow. There is no other way. We need to follow in the sense we need to. We don't have to create any problem in the family, but just accept whatever we are supposed to do as part of our family tradition. Do that, but our main intention, and we should parallelly do this what we have already discussed. Inviting Vaishnava and giving them prasadam, etc. That is very important. So we can do both. And slowly, gradually, once we are completely confident, once we are confident in the sense, once we are more, confident in the process of what we are doing as part of, not just a ritualistic ceremony, but as part of devotional service, then slowly and gradually the other things we can avoid. But initially maybe it is not easy, but that's how, this is what I have heard from my spiritual superiors when I was I wanted to do my Shraddha for my departed father. So this is what the instruction what I have received from my spiritual superiors. So this is the ideal thing. If you think why we are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we are doing Harinama Sankirtan, we are making nice bhoga and offering to Krishna and distributing the prasadam, and we are hearing from a pure devotee, and we are giving some charity to the pure devotee. See what these activities are completely in line with the Shastras. Not only that, it comes under the platform of pure devotional service, not any karma kandik activity, right? So that's the thing. So here Lord Shiva is requesting Lord Aniruddha to give him strength so that he can be free from all the obligations, and also he prays that to give him strength so that he will not taste anything other than prasadam. So this is also very important for all of us, that whatever we are honoring, it should be prasada, which is very important, because prasada, the food we eat, or the food we eat can change our consciousness. This we can experience when we when we are eating from outside, or when we eat a non-offered food, or not a proper food, not a proper prasadam, we can understand the change of consciousness in us. So this will be very evident if we are seriously practicing Krishna consciousness. If we are seriously practicing Krishna consciousness, these changes will be experienced. So that's for sure. So it's very, very important to ensure that whatever we are honoring, whatever we are eating should be offered to Krishna. So at the source of food, what we receive or what we have, what we eat has to be definitely looked into. This is the duty of each and every devotee. Is it the right source? I mean, is the prasadam coming from the right source? Is it properly cooked, in the sense, in the proper consciousness, is it cooked? So as much as possible, no, we can see in some unavoidable circumstance we may not be able to do anything. We will have to accept whatever we are getting. But as much as possible, we should ensure that the prasadam is coming from the right source. So this is very important, and this principle has been followed by all our gurus and acharyas. So we can see, if if you see the life history of our previous acharyas, we can see this. So very importantly, they were following this principle as much as possible. Now in this current present world, maybe because of traveling or maybe because of some other things, maybe we may not be able to, sometimes, not every time, sometimes we may not be able to get the high quality offered prasadam, but as long as as much as possible, we should try to follow this. So best is to if you are going to a temple, and a proper temple, and that temple where we know that there are archa vigrahas, prana pratishtha, the vigrahas which has been done the prana pratishtha, and the bhoga offered to them by a sincere pure devotee, bhoga taken by Krishna, and once he is giving us the prasadam, that's a high class prasadam. So we may not be able to have that prasadam directly from the plate of the Supreme Lord, from the deities. It may not be possible every time. So that's first class prasadam. If not possible, that we can offer offer bhoga to our deities in our home. That's the best thing we can do, actually. Practical thing what we can do is offer to Krishna, offer to our home deities. If we don't have deities, offer to the photos whom we are worshipping. Offer to them sincerely and honor that. So that's the best thing, best prasadam to have. And if you're traveling for a day or two, and if we can even pack some prasadam from our home itself and carry, if possible, and we can avoid eating from outside. Definitely we should avoid. Because we may be seeing Jain restaurants, we may be seeing even some devotees might be having it hotel also, but we should ensure that the whatever is being cooked is being offered. And not only that, whatever is being cooked, is it cooked by a devotee, is it cooked by a person who is chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra? How we can ensure that if we are having it from the hotel? It's not possible. How we know who all are there in the hotel, who is working, does he having Kantimala, does he having, or he or she is chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra at least one round, at least two round, at least few rounds. So these things are, that's why this is very, very important. And as we progress in Krishna consciousness, dear devotees, as we progress, we should try to be more and more strict in our sadhana. This is very important. Otherwise, what will happen? We will be just going in the flow. We will be in the flow. We will be going like swimming like a fish, just like that in the flow of the river. But we may be losing the target. So we have to be, we should, draw lines, and there should be some restrictions. We should bring these things, this strictness in our Krishna consciousness. As we grow, and grow in the sense, grow in Krishna consciousness as we move forward. So we are not just new devotees just to now. At least all of us are trying to practice Krishna consciousness since some years for now, from for now, right? Not just very new. Yesterday we came, or just only 1 month. We might be practicing it, or we would have heard about things. So slowly and gradually we should improve our standard. So that's how we should. That's how we can progress. So if we don't do these things, what will happen? Then we will be just flowing in the river, and we will be not reaching the destination, or we will not be hitting the target. If we are not hitting the target, then what is the purpose? We may lose the human form once again, and we don't know what is going to happen in the next life. Okay. Oh my God, Krishna. Now let's go to the next verse. I have spent a lot of time for this verse. Yes, who would like to recite the next verse, 39? Yes, please, Archana Mataji. It's a
Hare
question,
Krishna,
or
Prabhuji.
yeah, question can be taken in the end,
No,
if possible.
Prabhuji, we are raising hands for reading, Prabhuji.
Okay, please go ahead with 39.
सर्वसत्त्वात्मदेहाय विशेषाय स्तवीयसे नमस्त्रैलोक्यपालाय सह ओजो बालाय च.
Thank you.
Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. My dear Lord, you are gigantic universal form which contains all the individual bodies of the living entities. You are the maintainer of the three worlds, and as such you maintain the mind, senses, body and air of the life within them. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Prabhuji, may I continue or
Please.
purport? As the individual body of the living entity is composed of millions of cells, germs, and microbes, the universal body of the Supreme Lord similarly contains all the individual bodies of the living entities. Lord Shiva is offering his obeisances to the universal body, which includes all the other bodies, so that everyone's body may fully engaged in devotional service. Since this individual body is composed of senses, all the senses should be engaged in devotional service. For instance, the smelling instrument, the nose, can engage in smelling the flowers offered to the lotus feet of the Lord. The hands can engage in cleansing the temple of the Lord, etc. Indeed, being the life air of every living entity, Lord is the maintainer of three worlds. Consequently, he can induce every living entity to engage in his life's duty with full bodily and mental strength. Thus, every living entity should serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead by his prana, artha, intelligence, and words. As stated in Srimad Bhagwatam 10.22.35, etavajjanma sabhalyam dehinamiha dehishu praner arter diya vacha shreya archaranam sada. Even though one may desire to engage in the service of the Lord without sanction, one cannot do so. Lord Shiva is offering his prayer in so many different ways in order to show living entities how to engage in devotional service of the Lord. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so here we can see Lord Shiva is continuing his prayers. He is praying to the universal form now. He is praying to that Virat Roop of Krishna, which contains all other living entities. So all the living entities, the planetary systems, everything is being included in the universal form, right? We know that. I have seen this in the chapter 11 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita also. And he is glorifying, you are the maintainer of the world. You, as such, you maintain the mind, senses, body, air of life. So means everything, our body, our senses, mind, our intelligence, air, whatever, everything is being, everything is under the control of the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. Even though these mind, senses, body, everything is in material nature, for all of us. I mean, we are having mind, senses, body, etc. All of them are made of material elements, no doubt. But these material elements are coming from where? It's Krishna is creating that, right? Because we know that all the ingredients for the material cosmos are coming from the Supreme Personality of the Godhead, Vishnu. So the Purusha Avatara. So from there, so that's what he is, basically the controller of anything and everything. So here in this purport, Srila Prabhupada is saying that all of us are having, all living entities, like we know, we all of us are having millions of cells, right, in our body, and there will be different microbes, many germs also in our body. So similarly, the universal body of the Supreme Lord contains all individual bodies or all living entities. So basically everything is there in the body of the Supreme Lord. So that's what is happening during the creation. We know that the Brahmandas, the universes, are coming from the skin pores of the Mahavishnu, and during annihilation everything is going back to the Supreme Lord, right? So we have heard this many times. Yeah, and Lord Shiva, here we can see that he is paying obeisances, he is praying to the Supreme Lord. He is saying that may my body is fully engaged in the devotion service. So this is the prayer. This is the prayer we should do. Oh Krishna, you have given me this mind, you have given me the senses, you have given me this body. So may my mind, my body, my senses, everything, may I engage all this in your services. This is what we should do. So we are having all this material sense, material body, material mind, everything is material. But what we should do is that we should use this or engage these material things in Krishna's service. That's the best thing we can do. And this is the best thing we should do actually. And here we can see example is given here by Srila Prabhupada, that nose can be used for smelling the flowers offered to Krishna, and hands to engage cleansing the temple. You would have heard this. This is coming from where? Ambarish Maharaj's prayers, right? Wherein Ambarish Maharaj?
Savai Mana Krishna Padaravind.
Yes, correct. So where Ambarish Maharaj is praying to the Supreme Lord, may I engage my senses, my body, my hands, my legs in your service. So like that. So this is the very beautiful prayer. Even in the prayers of Manigriva and Nalakuvera also, we can see that they are also praying to the Supreme Lord in the similar way. That may we engage all our body, mind, senses. I mean our body, mind, senses in your service completely. So it's a good prayer for all of us. And Krishna, so Lord Shiva is teaching all of us how we should pray. And we should try to engage our senses, body and mind, everything in Krishna's service as much as possible. This is the best thing we can do, and this is what we should do actually. Otherwise the senses will go in different directions. So we cannot control our mind, we cannot control our senses. So the best way to control them is to engage in Krishna's service. So when we engage in Krishna's service by hearing, so now we are sitting here and hearing Harikatha, we are discussing Harikatha, we are reciting the verse, we are reading the purport, we are reading the translation. So we are using our senses, right? You are using your eyes to see the purport, you are using the eyes to see the verses, and also using our tongue and our ability to speak in reading it, right? And when we read it, we are hearing also. See, many of the senses are engaged now. Just imagine in this when we are sitting in the class, we are engaging many of our senses actually in Krishna service. So this is what we should do. So So otherwise also, like when we do deity worship, when we prepare bhoga for Krishna, so we are engaging our senses, our body, our mind in Krishna service. And as much as possible, we should be away from all the other, all other things which are unfavorable to devotional service, which is very important. Anukulisya sankalpa pratikulisya varjanam. We should avoid that. We should reject those things which are unfavorable to devotional service. What are those things? Watching TV, going for movie, eating from outside. These are not favorable to devotional service. So if we are doing that, we are engaging our senses in what? In sense gratification, right? Watching TV, what is the connection with Krishna? No connection, right? We are engaging our senses for gratification. So we are hearing something, from the TV or movie. We are seeing something, and our mind will be taken away from us, right? Our mind will be taken away from us, and we will be forgetting Krishna. Actually, we are forgetting Krishna when we do all these things. And also when we eat from outside, what will happen? Again, the thing is that we are engaging our tongue in tasting some non-offered prasada, contaminated food, which is not favorable to devotional service. So those things we should be completely avoided. So Lord Shiva is helping us to understand the mood of praise, how we should pray. So this is very important. All of us should pray to Krishna that may he give us strength so that we can engage all our senses, engage our body, mind, words in Krishna's service. Aham hare tava padaiga mula dasa anudasa bhavitasmi bhuyah manasmareta supater gunamste grinita vakarma karotu kaya. Vritrasura is praying to the Supreme Lord. May my body, mind, words be engaged in your service. Engaged in the service of your pure devotees who are always taken shelter under your lotus feet. So like that, serving your devotees, O Krishna, by engaging my body, mind, words. Very beautiful praise we can see throughout Bhagwatam. So and one important thing here, it is being said, even though one may desire to engage in the service of the Lord, without sanction one cannot do so. Lord Shiva is offering his praise in so many different ways in order to show living entities how to engage in the devotional service of the Lord. See? So Lord Shiva is offering praise in different ways, right? In different aspects he is covering, glorifying in different ways. So basically he is showing us how to engage in devotional service. So we should follow the footsteps of Lord Shiva. We should, because he is now here teaching us like a spiritual master, right? He is the spiritual master for the Prachetas, right? He is giving instructions to them, and they are following. And because it has come in Srimad Bhagwatam, we are so fortunate that we are able to read and understand that also. And again, it's a lesson for all of us. These are the instructions for all of us. So it's maybe we may not be praying like in the way, or like we are praying to Lord Aniruddha, Pradyumna, or Vasudeva separately. We may not be doing that, and it is not. We are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we are praying to Krishna, we are praying to Radharani, we are praying to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we are praying to Nityananda Prabhu. That's okay. So we follow whatever we have been taught by our Guru and our Acharyas, our Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas. Follow that. And what here Srimad Bhagavatam, we can see that very, very beautiful praise, and this praise can also be followed, or whatever has been instructed by our spiritual master and Srila Prabhupada, that also can be followed. So the effect will be same. So always better to follow whatever has been taught, whatever has been instructed by our spiritual superiors. That's the best thing here. But in the scriptures we can see different praise, different glorifications, and In our parampara, we are basically worshipping the divine couple, Radha and Krishna, right? So specifically, we are praying to them, right? So that's fine. That absolutely fine. So we can pray to Radha and Krishna, oh Radhe, please engage my body, please engage my tongue, please engage my senses, please engage my mind and senses and everything, whatever you have given me, may I be able to engage all these in your loving devotional service. See, what a beautiful prayer. That's what we are praying when we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Oh Krishna, oh Radhe, please engage me in your service. So please engage me in your service means what? Me includes our body, me includes our mind, me includes our senses, everything. So, so that's the mood. Okay. So let's go to the next verse. Verse number 40. Who would like to recite? Divya Mataji, please go ahead. Last verse for today.
अर्थलिङ्गाय नभसे नमो अन्तर्बहिरात्मने नमः पुण्याय लोकाय अमुष्मै भूरिवर्चसे. Shall I read the translation, Prabhuji?
Please, please.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. My dear Lord, by expanding your transcendental vibrations, you reveal the actual meaning of everything. You are the all-pervading sky within and without, and you are the ultimate goal of pious activities executed both within this material world and beyond it. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances again and again unto you. Shall I continue, or somebody wants to read, Prabhuji?
It's a little bigger purport. Anybody would like to? 1 second, Mataji. Let me ask. Anybody would like to read the translation who has not read today?
I'll read Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Please.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. My dear Lord, by expanding your transcendental vibrations, you reveal the actual meaning of everything. You are the all-pervading sky within and without, and you are the ultimate goal of pious activities executed both within this material world and beyond it. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances again and again unto you. Purpose. Vedic evidence is called Tata Brahma. There are many things which are beyond the perception of our imperfect senses. Yet the authoritative evidence of sound vibration is perfect. The Vedas are known as Shabda Brahma because evidence taken from the Vedas constitutes the ultimate understanding. This is because Shabda Brahma, the Vedas, represents the Supreme Personality of Godhead. However, the real essence of Shabda Brahma is a chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. By vibrating this transcendental sound, the meaning of everything, both material and spiritual, is revealed. This Hare Krishna is non-different from the personality of Godhead. The meaning of everything is received through the air, through sound vibration. The vibration may be material or spiritual, but without sound vibration, no one can understand the meaning of anything. In the Vedas, it is said, Ante bahise bahish jatat sarvam vyapa. I cannot read this, probably. Narayana sthite. Narayana is all pervading and he exists both within and without. This is confirmed in Bhagavad-gita 13.34. Yatha
Prakashayati ekaha krishnam lokam imam ravihi kshetram kshetri tada krishnam prakashayati bharata.
Thank you. O son of Bharata, as the sun alone illuminates all this universe, so do the living entity and the super soul illuminate the entire body by consciousness. In other words, the consciousness of both the soul and super soul is all pervading. The limited consciousness of the living entity is pervading the entire material body, and the supreme consciousness of the Lord is pervading the entire universe. Because the soul is present within the body, consciousness pervades the entire body. Similarly, because the supreme soul of Krishna is present within the universe, everything is working in order. Maya dakshina prakriti
Suyate sachara.
suyate characharam. This material nature is working under my direction, O son of Kunti, and it is producing all moving and unmoving beings. Bhagavad Gita 9.10. Lord Shiva is therefore praying to the personality of Godhead to be kind to us so that simply by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, we can understand everything in both the material and spiritual worlds. The word amusmai is significant in this regard because it indicates the best target one can aim for attaining the higher planetary systems. Those who are engaged in fruitive activities, karmis, attain the higher planetary systems as a result of their past activities, and the jnanis who seek purification or a monastic merging with the effulgence of the Supreme Lord also attain their desired end. But in the ultimate issue, the devotees who desire to personally associate with the Lord are promoted to the Vaikuntha Lokas or Goloka, Vrindavan. The Lord is described in Bhagavad Gita 10.12 as Pavitram Paramam, the supreme pure. This is also confirmed in this verse. Shukadeva Goswami has stated that the cowherd boys who played with Lord Krishna were not ordinary living entities. Only after accumulating many pious activities in various births does one get the opportunity personally to associate with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Since only the pure can reach Him, He is the Supreme Pure. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prakash.
Thank you. So here Lord Shiva is continuing his prayers. He is saying, "Oh my dear Lord, by expanding your transcendental vibrations, you reveal the actual meaning of everything. You are all pervading sky within, without. Ultimate goal of pious activities executed both within and executed within the material world and beyond." And he is offering obeisances. Again and again he is offering obeisances. So here the catchy, the important point is that his glorification, Lord Shiva is glorifying Krishna by saying that, "Oh Krishna, oh my Lord, your transcendental vibrations, your transcendental vibrations can reveal the actual meaning of everything." What is that transcendental vibration? That transcendental vibration is nothing but the Vedas. And Vedas is also called as Shabda Brahma. And what is the essence of Vedas? Essence of Vedas is chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Jai. So the transcendental vibrations means Vedas or Shabda Brahma, and that Shabda Brahma, the essence of all Vedic literatures, dear devotees, is nothing but the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So if we chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra sincerely, properly, if we take the shelter of the holy names, then what will happen? All the secrets of the Vedic literatures will be revealed to us. And provided it will not just happen just by chanting, we should take the shelter of a pure devotee, a spiritual master. Under his direction, under his guidance, we should chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That's the proper way. That's the proper way. And if we do that, and if we have faith, if we have complete faith in our spiritual master, and if we have complete faith in the Supreme Lord, both are required. Not only the Lord, Supreme Lord. We should have complete faith in the spiritual master also, because spiritual master is the representative of Krishna. So if we do not have faith in the spiritual master, then we cannot understand anything from the scriptures. Whatever we are understanding about the scriptures, about Krishna, is all because of the mercy of the pure devotees, our acharyas, our spiritual master, which is very important. This is very important tattva we should understand. We cannot understand anything by our own efforts. It's not possible at all. We need the mercy of the spiritual master. We need the mercy of Krishna. This is very much important, very much required. So with that, we will be able to understand little bit of Vedas, little bit of the scriptures, not completely. We don't have that capacity. But at least we can understand what is to be done, what is not to be done, and we can follow the instructions and the guidance of the spiritual master and the spiritual superiors. And this is and the essence of all the Vedic literatures is chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So if we take shelter of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, if we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra under the direction of a pure devotee spiritual master, then everything will be revealed to us. This is very, very important to understand. And here Srila Prabhupada is explaining about the soul and super soul, and the living entities is pervading in the entire body, right? We know that consciousness is there, and the consciousness, because of consciousness, because of the presence of soul we are having the consciousness. Similarly, Supreme Lord is pervading in the entire universe. We know that He is present in each and every atom also, right? Without Him, nothing is going to work in this spiritual world. In this material world also. So basically, we can see that Krishna is there everywhere in the spiritual world, and of course in the material world, and of course in the spiritual world. Everywhere He is there. Here basically in the material world, Krishna is actually, He has delegated many of the responsibilities to the demigods. There are delegations given to Brahma, Lord Shiva, Mother Durga, then all the other demigods to take care of this material world. But here we should understand that Mayadhyakshena Prakriti. This Prakriti is moving, everything is moving under His direction only. He is the supreme director, but there are so many managers who is managing the material world. But above Him is the Chief Executive Officer, Krishna. So without Him, nothing will work. And here in the last paragraph, Srila Prabhupada is speaking about the prayer, the kind of prayer what Lord Shiva is giving here. He is saying that by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we can understand the everything in both in the material world and spiritual worlds. That means, which we have already discussed, that if you are chanting sincerely under the guidance of the spiritual master, if you are getting that mantra from the spiritual master as part of initiation, Diksha, then that has got so much power actually. And that can reveal us the secrets of the Vedas, and also we will be able to understand what is the goal of life, and under the guidance of the spiritual master we can work on it, and we can reach, get to the goal of life. So here, so our goal as Vaishnavas is not to merge in the Brahman effulgence. Our goal is to serve the Supreme Personality of the Supreme Personality of the Godhead personally. We desire to serve Krishna personally, right? We don't want to merge and just be in a dormant position, dormant state. That is not our upasana. Our meditation is our prayer is to go back to Godhead. Doesn't matter if we are not going also. In the sense, if Krishna wanted us to be here in this material world, we have to be here, right? Because if that is pleasing to Krishna. But only prayer for us is that, Krishna, wherever you are putting me, it's up to you. If you want to take me back to Godhead, yes, you please take. Or if you want to keep me here, you please keep me. But please, I have a request to you. Wherever you are keeping me, I don't want to forget you, Krishna, even for a single fraction of a second. Okay? I don't want to be away from your service. I don't want to be away from your pure devotees. In such situation, I am okay to be here also. So that's the thing. So if we pray like that, Krishna will definitely help us to, be in the association of devotees, and definitely will help us to and make us eligible to serve Him personally. And different ways we can serve the Supreme Lord. How we can serve? We can serve in different moods, right? So that different moods like Shandaras, Dasyaras, Valsalyaras, Sakyaras, Madhuryaras, etc. So these are the moods or mellows which we gradually develop. Now we don't know what is our relation with Krishna. So once, when we are becoming serious in Krishna consciousness, when we are practicing Krishna consciousness seriously, taking this process very very sincerely, and by chanting the holy names seriously, sincerely, definitely one day Krishna and our spiritual master will reveal everything to us. Then we will understand how I should, what is my mood, what is my mellow, what is my relationship with Krishna, and how can I serve him. That will be revealed to us. But we may not be able to, we don't have to speculate on anything now. We have to just follow. We have to just have complete faith in Krishna, complete faith in the spiritual master, and that day will come if we have faith in both of them. That day will come, and that day everything will be revealed, provided we are following the instructions, we are following the principles, we are following the footsteps of our predecessor acharyas and our spiritual master very very honestly and sincerely. So that's the key, that's the key to success. So if we are sincere and serious, and if we are honest, we will definitely get the result, no doubt. And if we are cheating, then whom we can cheat? We cannot cheat Krishna, right? We cannot even cheat spiritual master also. Maybe he may not be seeing physically, physically face to face, but he will understand, because the connection with spiritual master is not just not just like any other relationships of this material world. Any relationships of the material world, we say that it's a blood relation, blood connection and all, but actually that connection what we have with Shri Guru and Krishna is something different. That's completely spiritual. And we cannot cheat both of them. We may be able to cheat our family members, but not Krishna or not spiritual master. So we have to be careful, we have to be faithful and honest to them, and we should try our best to serve them selflessly for their pleasure, so that because of their causeless mercy we may get some drops of pure devotional service in our life, and with that some small drops we can attain the goal. Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna. Okay, dear devotees, thank you so much. We had only few verses, but it took a lot of time today. I'm sorry. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So,
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Dandot Pranam to you all.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna
Thank you.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Pranams Prabhuji.
Thank you, pranams to all of you. I hope there are no questions or any points to discuss. If so, we can conclude today. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Vanchakalpatarubhishta कृपा सिंधुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। जगत गुरु श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। जय जय श्री राधे श्याम। श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। थैंक यू।
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण।